Oh boy, so if there wasn't enough controversy around a Marvel Spider-Man, the remaster version, we got some more to discuss today. There's also some really good news to go on ahead and break with this particular video. So we're going to go on ahead and obviously also take a look at the brand new costume that they announced, which will be pretty awesome. But first and foremost, obviously guys, don't forget if you enjoy these update videos and you want to stay up to date for them, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Let's not waste any time. Let's dive into the controversy. So of course, if you guys don't know, the initial controversy for the Spider-Man remastered version came at the time when Sony had confirmed that the only way that you're going to be able to go on ahead and get this remaster was by purchasing the Ultimate Edition of Spider-Man Miles Morales. And a lot of people were up in arms and saying that that's absolutely absurd, how could they, so on and so forth. And obviously that's been kind of a huge element that has been weighing on the Spider-Man remaster. Now, for me personally, I do think that it's still a justified upgrade considering the fact that they are going to be introducing quite a lot of differences, and that's really where we're going to go on ahead and dive into the next controversial element, which was revealed today, and that's a completely different face recast and a brand new actor being used for the actor of Peter Parker. So they really did not mess around when they said that they are really changing up a lot, whether it be the animations, whether it be the actual lighting in the game, the loading screens, the loading times. So all of that has truly now come to fruition. Now, here's what they said about the recasting and how they explain why they went ahead and went a different route with Peter Parker. Then I'm going to give you my 2 cents because I think most of us know why exactly they made him look differently. But regardless, here we go. So this does bring us to one of the bigger changes. And this is, by the way, on the official PlayStation blog. So this is directly from the folks over at Insomniac. In order to bring the best performances to players with our next generation Marvel Spider-Man games, notice also here how they said games. It seems like, I guess, maybe they're applying plurally here. Now, some people will probably say, well, it's because it's Marvel Spider-Man the Remaster and Miles Morales. Yeah, that could be true, but it could also mean that they've already got plans for another game. Regardless, though, let's carry on. We have recast the face of Peter Parker. Again, the logic there doesn't make much sense already, but okay. We loved working with John Bubniak, who was or Bubniak maybe, who was the previous actor that was portraying the face animations and face capture for Spider-Man on the original game. However, to get a better match to Peter Parker / Spider-Man actor Yuri Lowenthal, which, by the way, I feel like this guy doesn't look anything like Yuri Lowenthal, but okay. Facial capture, we have cast Ben Jordan to be the face model for Peter Parker on the PlayStation 5 console. He looks incredible in game, and Yuri's moving performances take on a new life. So that obviously has started a pretty big controversial wave of comments, people saying this is absurd, why would they do this, so on and so forth. And to me, honestly, if you look at this brand new, what did they refer to? Face model, it's clear that it's meant to be someone who looks far more like Tom Holland. So again, for the sake of trying to, I guess, brand their Spider-Man, considering that, again, this game is made by a studio that Sony owns, and Sony owns the movie rights for Spider-Man, and they're obviously very, very heavily invested in the success of the Spider-Man films and the success of Tom Holland as Spider-Man. So it seems like maybe it was one of those kind of executive decisions to go on ahead and make that push to cast someone who will look and resemble much more so Tom Holland. Now, the thing where it makes zero sense to me is that this has nothing to do with the Tom Holland Spider-Man. Like, this game exists in a completely different vacuum and in a completely different universe than Tom Holland Spider-Man. So the idea that we need this, like, overall, just like continuity that makes sense from movie to game makes zero sense to me. It's like trying to go on ahead and create the exact same identity between like Ultimate Spider-Man and regular 616 Spider-Man or Spider-Man 2099. They're all different iterations of the character. So to me, I think this was a bit of a silly move. Now, again, if let's say during the process of upgrading to the PlayStation 5 hardware, they realized like, okay, the previous face model, even though I don't really understand how possibly on a technical basis one face model could not run as well on a different console. Like, that's a little bit bizarre to me. But again, I'm not particularly technically proficient on how polygons work and whether or not there's some sort of clashing issue there. So if you're more knowledgeable on that, you can go on ahead and school us all in the comment section below. But to me, it just seems like a really odd move to go on ahead and do this, aside from just Sony being like, hey, we want our Spider-Man in the game to look a lot like Spider-Man does IRL. Now, the other thing that is kind of odd about this whole thing is that I swear, like, this Peter Parker looks a lot younger to me than the Parker that we see in, well, I guess with the previous iteration in Marvel's Spider-Man. The remaster version makes him look a lot younger, and now you're in this awkward position where the new character model that they did for Miles, which I think looks great, makes him look older. So it's like, does time even apply here? Because now, as we go into these new games, it's going to look like Parker is younger, like he has aged down, and Miles got older. Like, how did that even happen? That's a big, confusing moment there. So I'm not really sure how that will play out, especially because also, I don't know, but this recasting in the little clip that they revealed, because they did go on ahead and actually show us some footage from scenes. So you can see the scene in the laboratory when Doc Ock meets with Peter Parker, and they have, I think, coffee or something like that. And I don't know if it's just me, but he seems actually like smaller too. Like, he seems shorter. He's not quite as buff and whatever. So it seems like they really did make quite a few changes here to just the character model. And so now I'm very, very curious to see, will Spider-Man look different? Will he look smaller in scale or not? I guess only time will tell as we go on ahead and actually get more footage for this particular remaster. Now, aside from that, they did go on ahead and confirm a few other details. So for example, they were able to say that they are going to go on ahead and offer a new high frame rate through the performance mode, which will target 60 FPS at all times. Again, every time when they say target, that means that that's probably what it's going to run at the vast majority of the time, but maybe some scenes that have a lot of particle effects, maybe like the fight scene against a Doc Ock at the end of the game where there's all these like electricity and lightning bolts striking everywhere, maybe those areas will have a little bit of a lower resolution or lower frame rate, I should say. Now, with that all in mind, they also did go on ahead and say that they are indeed going to be introducing that near instant loading, which is awesome. But again, for people who liked those transition scenes, remember those loading screens where he would be like on the subway reading next to, like reading a newspaper next to someone dressed up as Spider-Man, like those types of loading screens there. If you like those, you can actually go on ahead and re-enable them. So if you felt like they were actually contributing to your enjoyment of the game, you can go on ahead and still have them. They're also adding spatial 3D audio on compatible headphones. So again, I guess there's an upgrade here from the audio side of things to be more accurate in terms of like depth perception. So if you have spatial 3D audio headphones, you'll be able to actually tell a little bit better if enemies are in your right, left, above you, around you, so on and so forth. Then they will be actually adding to the DualSense controllers haptic feedback and adaptive triggers. That's the thing I'm most excited about, because I really think if they nailed this down, I think the web swinging in this game could be revolutionarily fun, including of course Miles Morales as well. So hopefully they went ahead and included that for both Peter Parker and Miles Morales. And obviously, again, the other cool element there is that because the controller is so interesting and unique for the PlayStation 5, it's going to be interesting to see, like, from when you're using like the different power-ups, did they do different haptic feedback to that? So I think that'll be quite interesting to see. They also brought, or will bring, a brand new photo mode, which they are basically taking from Spider-Man Miles Morales and bringing it over now into the remaster. So that's pretty exciting. And then of course, last but certainly not least, they're going to go on ahead and introduce a few new suits, and they went ahead and revealed that brand new suit, or one of the brand new suits, and it's going to be the suit from the Amazing Spider-Man movie that was played by Andrew Garfield. So very cool. We get another movie suit. So now we've got a movie suit from every iteration of Spider-Man, not every movie, so don't go roasting me in the comment section. I'm well aware of that. But we have literally an iteration from Into the Spider-Verse of Peter Parker. We have an iteration from the Sam Raimi films. We have an iteration from the Tom Holland films. And of course, now we have an iteration from the Andrew Garfield films. So I think it's really cool that we get that nice diversity going for the different costumes. So with that all in mind, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Lots and lots of news, some controversial. I am looking forward to hearing what you guys think in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of these news. Do you like the recasting? Do you dislike it? Could you not care less? Are you just like, hey, I don't even care that they went ahead and changed it up, as long as I get to play Marvel Spider-Man on, or play it again on the PlayStation 5. I'm looking forward to that. Let me know what you think. I'm genuinely curious. To me, aside from a marketing perspective, I really don't understand the change here. Like, I don't get it, but that's just kind of my opinion. I think that the previous character model, or sorry, as they refer to it, the face model, was perfectly fine. So I don't know, but that's just me. Let me know in the comment section below. I'll hopefully get you all here next time. Peace out. See you later, alligators. Bye-bye, everyone. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. And just a quick heads up, don't forget, guys, if you'd like to support the channel furthermore, beyond just leaving a like, consider becoming a member of the channel. Members do get exclusive perks like exclusive emotes. In addition to that, you do get priority in sub-game streams as well as custom game streams. Plus, you would get access to the exclusive channels over on the Discord server. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace!